Tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6, learn how the public can pay their respects to a fallen World War II soldier from Yakima whose remains have just recently been returned to Eastern Washington.
And oh, what a treat it is to live in Eastern Washington right now with blue skies and sunny conditions. I'll let you know what's ahead for the second half of the week in my First Alert forecast.
Plus, learn why truckers and farmers in Washington have joined forces to take legal action over the state's fuel surcharges.
Showing how you feel, it's been a while, go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
The Labor Day sale has been extended at Walker's Furniture. And that means some of the biggest savings of the year. Or 5 years no interest financing. So you can get it today and pay for it later during these final days of savings at Walker's.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Queensgate Gardens thanks you all for the wonderful support that you've shown us throughout this incredible spring season. We are truly honored to have such amazing customers like you. Come on down for any last-minute summer planting and check out our amazing selection at our fruit stand.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Mavorite.
Conquer it with Mavorite.
Cure it with Mavorite. Mavorite cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Mavorite stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Mavorite with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Mavorite.
Conquer it with Mavorite.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Mavorite.
Ask your doctor about Mavorite. AbbVie could help you save.
Hi, I'm Bruce Shaver. These are my two sons, Gary and John, and we built this deck.
We won't settle for anything less than contractor grade.
So we get all of our building materials and supplies from Par.
Par, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
The Labor Day sale has been extended at Walker's Furniture. And that means some of the biggest savings of the year. Or 5 years no interest financing. So you can get it today and pay for it later during these final days of savings at Walker's.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. This is Apple Valley News Now at 6, on your side.
We begin with the indefinite closing of Bateman Island after a new fire that sparked there this afternoon. People all over the Tri-Cities could see the smoke, and fire crews from Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, and Benton County responded. It's not clear yet how this fire started, but we do know in these extremely dry conditions at the end of summer, it doesn't take much to start this kind of fire. And wildfires on Bateman Island are also one of the concerns that people have raised when it comes to discussions of breaching the causeway, because that is how firefighters were getting to the island today. And we continue to track the wildfire threat in Eastern Washington tonight. I'm Alyssa Warner. Now to continuing coverage of the Bensall fire in Umatilla County. Early this morning, officials said the fire was 99% contained and fire crews were able to start heading home. A couple of hours later, the Umatilla County Sheriff's Office announced evacuation levels had been lowered to level 1, be ready. Officials say the Bureau of Indian Affairs Umatilla Agency will have people patrolling the perimeter of the fire just in case. And as we reported last night, the Oregon Road fire that burned near the town of Elk was human-caused. That means officials have ruled out all natural causes like lightning. Now, according to the DNR, human-caused can mean a wide range of things. It's anything that was put into an area by humans that wouldn't occur naturally and could be anything from a fallen power line, a spark from power tools, to unsupervised campfires or arson.
90% of our fires every year are caused by humans. About half of those are we later determine will be because of negligence or intentionally set.
Now, the spokesperson says crews are still working to narrow in on the exact cause of the fire through collecting evidence and interviewing community members. The cause of the Gray Fire that burned more than 10,000 acres near Medical Lake is still listed as unconfirmed. Now, warm conditions outside in eastern Washington right now. Stacy Lee joins us with your First Alert weather forecast.
Again, like I said, beautiful time to live in eastern Washington. Gorgeous day today. And again, nice temperatures this evening in the lower 80s here in the Yakima Valley, mid 80s in the Columbia Basin. And we're even down to 74 right now in Dayton. So it's been a great day. We are tracking some breezy and gusty winds in the mountain gaps in the Kittitas Valley area, Toppenish, and in the Columbia River Gorge. Elsewhere, winds are much lighter, but again, that could be potential fire damaging or spreading. 85 right now, Dust Devil, Geisa Sky Cam. Humidity at 18%, and our sunset tonight at 7:26. Let's take a look at those temperatures moving through your night. Again, gorgeous night out there. A few clouds passing through. 68 in the Tri-Cities by 9. In Yakima, again, light breezes out there. 64 by 9 o'clock tonight. And in Walla Walla, beautiful night, nice and cool. 64 at 9. Here's what's coming up the next couple of days. Clear and calm tonight, other than the Cascade Gaps, Kittitas Valley. Seasonal early fall weather continues, but then get ready for a slight weekend warm-up. I'll get to all of that in your First Alert full forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. We have a follow-up tonight. The remains of a soldier with connections to Yakima who had been misidentified will receive burial with full military honors this weekend. Earlier, we brought you the story of Army Captain Donald Frumke. He was killed during World War II and buried in Belgium after his remains were misidentified. In 1949, the Army transferred those remains to Yakima, where they were buried per the wishes of Captain Frumke's family. Later, while processing a different set of remains, officials located Captain Frumke's ID bracelet, but a positive ID couldn't be made at that time. It wasn't until just last year that Captain Frumke's remains were positively identified and have since been brought back stateside. A public visitation takes place between noon and 6 tomorrow and Friday at Brookside Funeral Home in Ellensburg, and Captain Frumke will be laid to rest with military honors Saturday at 11 at Tahoma Cemetery in Yakima. His niece invites anyone who wants to pay their respects to attend. And by the way, the soldiers' remains that were misidentified as Captain Frumke and interred in Yakima have now been disinterred. The Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency will try to correctly identify them. A shakeup is coming to Pasco City Council. Mayor Pro Tem Craig Maloney says he is resigning as of October 2nd. Maloney was elected to the City Council in 2017. He says after nearly 6 years, he needs to focus on his family and career. Now, his resignation means that the Pasco City Council will appoint someone to fill Maloney's seat, representing District 6. That process is expected to take place over the next several weeks. Truckers and farmers in Washington state are teaming up, suing the Department of Ecology over fuel surcharges. Eric Wilkinson explains.
Every time Brad DeCuck fuels up his semi, he hears the same thing in his head.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. More money out of my pocket, more money out of everybody else's pocket.
Brad is an independent truck driver. His semi takes 270 gallons of diesel to fill up.
Went to Oregon, came back up. I put 215 gallons in at $5.09 a gallon. Cost me $1,086.
A sizable chunk of that is a surcharge for the Department of Ecology's Climate Commitment Act. But when that law was passed 2 years ago, the agricultural sector was exempted. That includes truckers. Now, though, Brad and his fellow truckers are still paying it. He's had to raise his rates.
If I don't, I'm eating all of that, and then I'm not making as much money, and eventually I go under.
Those costs are being passed on to farmers who have to pay higher rates to move their products. Farmers like Jason Vanderkoy, who are also paying the surcharge to fuel their equipment. The costs keep piling up.
And those costs, they just keep getting passed on to all of a sudden till the end of the line. And unfortunately, the farmer, most of the times, are the people at the end of the line.
Now, the Washington Trucking Association and State Farm Bureau are planning to take the Department of Ecology to court, seeking a declaratory judgment to confirm Ecology is violating the law and force the end of the surcharge. WTA has launched a campaign to raise $50,000 to cover legal costs. For Brad, the ching 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 at the pump just keeps ringing.
What is this actually fixing? To me, it's absolutely nothing. It's a money grab.
That was Eric Wilkinson reporting. Now, adding to significant fuel costs for truckers, Saudi production cuts are expected to send world diesel prices soaring even more. A new study finds driving under the influence of cannabis might be even more dangerous than driving under the influence of alcohol. Study authors report cannabis-related traffic accidents in Canada that sent someone to the emergency room rose nearly 500% between 2010 and 2021. Car crashes involving alcohol rose just under 10% in the same time period. There's concern that the increase in cannabis-related traffic injuries might be linked to a broader trend of cannabis-impaired driving over time following legalization. Canada legalized recreational cannabis in 2018 across the entire nation. And amid commercialization and increased cannabis availability, ER visits jumped by 230%. You can find that study in the journal JAMA Network Open. The antidote to opioid overdoses is now available without a prescription. That after the FDA approved it last March. Narcan is a nasal spray version of naloxone, which is a drug that can reverse an opioid overdose. You can buy it online or at big pharmacy chains now, and nearly every state in the country allows pharmacists to provide naloxone without a prescription. The maker of Narcan suggests a retail price for 2 doses of about $45. The U.S. Air Force has tested an unarmed nuclear-capable long-range missile. The Minuteman III missile launched today from Vandenberg Air Force Base on the California coast. The ICBM flew 4,200 miles to the Marshall Islands, carrying 3 test reentry vehicles. The U.S. regularly tests its long-range weapon system. We're told that Russia was notified ahead of that test. In your health news tonight, those with ADHD can develop more mental health issues as opposed to those without the condition, according to a new study. Researchers in Germany linked ADHD to higher rates of depression, anorexia, PTSD, and attempted suicides. The condition causes hyperactivity, inattention, and impulsive behavior. It can also interfere with development and normal function. According to the study, those with ADHD were 30% more likely to attempt suicide, 9% more likely to develop major depression, but researchers could not determine a direct cause and effect between ADHD and those mental health issues. There may also be a genetic link to the impulsive behavior. You can find that study in the journal BMJ Mental Health. A Kennewick teenager is taking on an incredible task next week. 18-year-old Delilah Fuentes is headed to Beverly Hills, California to represent the Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton and Franklin counties. She's currently the Washington Youth of the Year. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald got to meet her.
Delilah Fuentes is going on to represent the Evergreen State in a regional celebration. She says when she first started going to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton and Franklin counties years ago, she was shy. She didn't associate with anyone and she kept to herself. Over time, and with the help of the Boys and Girls Club staff, she blossomed.
It's just a spark of me, found that leadership, and they've helped me grow out of my shell where I'm confident to speak now, because before I was really shy. And they really positively impacted me where I'm not sad all the time. I'm really happy about things, and I really want to make that positive impact to others as well.
Delilah explains that her life hasn't always been easy.
Living a hard lifestyle in Mexico, coming into a whole new country in the 5th grade, knowing little to no English, being viewed as someone who will not succeed in life based on my parents' reputation, who aren't even present in my life, and having struggled with mental health over the years has felt as if a gust of wind was trying to knock me down.
At club, she says she can decompress, she feels safe and at peace. Whether that be from laughing with other kids there or singing Justin Bieber's Baby, she says.
I was never this confident or extroverted sitting here before you, but within the past years, I am growing and I am learning.
As a first-generation college student, also working 40 hours per week, she says the club has motivated her to keep going and be persistent in having a positive mindset.
But club has truly helped me prepare for the outside world, because I was afraid of going outside because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. But they just told me just stay positive and just do what your heart makes you feel happy, I guess.
Delilah will represent Washington in next week's Pacific Youth of the Year celebration against 8 club teens from states across the region.
My name is Delilah Fuentes. Without doubt, I know the club has helped me blossom into the best version I am now. Thank you.
Reporting in Kennewick, Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
And the 2024 Pacific Youth of the Year will be selected next Thursday. Then 6 regional teens will advance to the National Youth of the Year celebration, where one person will be named the Boys and Girls Clubs of America's National Teen Spokesperson.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, another beautiful day. The only big concern weather-wise we've had are these breezy and gusty winds in the mountain gap areas of the Cascade Mountains through the Yakima area, Ellensburg, and the Columbia River Gorge. We're seeing those gusty winds this evening. Lighter winds elsewhere, but again, we'll continue to see those winds pick up a little bit more here in the Columbia Basin tonight. Looking good, though, as we head into our Thursday, and then that's when we'll see those winds pick up on this I-84 corridor, and once again through those mountain gaps out of the Cascade Mountains through the Yakima area. Moving into our Friday morning, we'll have some breezy winds to deal with in the Columbia Basin with those cooler temperatures. Might want to grab a coat there. We'll also see some breezy winds along the foothills of the Blues. As the day progresses, though, those winds will start to decrease. So overall, looking pretty good. Satellite and radar, again, we had a little bit of moisture passing through, which has now moved off to the north across the Idaho Panhandle this afternoon. A few clouds still lingering around, but overall nice and clear. Now, we are tracking some potential thunder and lightning coming into the next couple of days as we move forward. Let's check this out in our futurecast. Again, here we are tonight looking nice and clear. There's some cloud cover on the west side across the Cascade Mountains. Here comes this unsettled system moving through Thursday night. Could impact Pendleton, foothills of the Blues, mainly the eastern portion. A very slight chance of showers in the Columbia Basin. And again, that could potentially make some thunder and lightning happen in that region. But again, pretty quick moving out of the area, not going to bring a lot of rain. But that is potentially there, and we'll have to get that a little bit closer to Thursday afternoon. We'll see that. Our Legends Casino Skycam tonight in Toppenish, 85 degrees, blue skies, nice and clear out there. Humidity 18%, sunset at 7:26. Temperatures overnight tonight, again on the cool side. Look at those 40-degree temps in Sunnyside, Ellensburg, and Cle Elum. 50 tonight in Yakima. Moving into the Columbia Basin, again, we see 40s and 50s through our region. 53 in Hermiston, 52 Tri-Cities, 49 tonight in Prosser. And moving into the foothills of the Blues, again, those 40s and 50s. Tomorrow's daytime highs pretty close to what we had to today. 82 in the Tri-Cities, 81 Walla Walla. We'll see 80 degrees in Yakima, 78 in Toppenish. Let's plan your day tomorrow. Again, grab a light sweater or light jacket in the morning at the bus stop. Going to be a little bit cool for the kiddos. Peeling off those jackets by noon, though, looking beautiful again. Gorgeous weather. Again, light winds, not too bad. And by 4 in the afternoon, we'll see those temperatures in the 80s, pretty similar to what we have seen today. Your short-term forecast, again, moving through, we see those 80s. We'll hit that warm-up trend starting Friday afternoon into Saturday with lots of sunshine and temperatures close to 80 in Yakima. Tri-Cities, again, we'll see those 80s, 85 on Friday, warming up to close to 90 on Saturday. But again, beautiful, not going to see any moisture in the area. Then on in Walla Walla, again, lower 80s there, warming up close to 90 on Saturday. So looking pretty good. A quick sneak peek at your 7-day forecast. Again, beautiful weather into the weekend, and then we cool right back down to what we're calling early fall-like conditions. So enjoy the next several days. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. Tonight we're talking about a couple of recalls and renewed concerns about vehicle airbags. What the feds are pushing for next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
There's no other name but the name.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'ma get it started from the
God has a plan for this generation.
I done gave my life to Christ and I departed from the church.
We are excited to see the youth of this valley come to know Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And on September 9th at 6:30 p.m., we are renting out the convention center so that we can reach the kids of this valley.
Injured on the road or on the job? Visit FromBackAutumn.com. Gather vital information on your type of injury claim. Learn more about our Bulldog Tough attorneys. Chat live about your needs with one of our representatives. Even schedule a free consultation. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All from the comfort and convenience of your home. FromBackAutumn.com. Motivators are standing by. Brumback and Autumn. Bulldog Tough.
McCurley got involved here a lot of years ago, probably over 20, 25 years ago, with helping out the youth at our fairs. We believe in giving back as much as we can. We're not just here to sell you cars, we're also here to give back and to be a part of that family, part of that connection community. It's just the excitement of seeing these kids, how grateful they are. So it's very rewarding for us. I'm Joe Klein, I'm driving change at McCurley.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Mazda.
What is a leader? Someone who has backbone, resilience, determination to put a stake in the ground and get their hands a little dirty. Arrow Construction Supply has been the Northwest's leading provider of asphalt, concrete, and erosion control industries. From homeowner do-it-yourself to large commercial projects, we have everything for sale or rent to get the job done. Your locally owned and operated Arrow Construction Supply, leading the way and hitting our mark for 30 years.
Another power bill that has you scratching your head? Let Precision Sheet Metal come to the rescue with AeroSeal. AeroSeal is a revolutionary technology that uses aerosol-based duct sealant to actively find and repair all the leaks, cracks, and gaps in your ductwork. How will that help? Improved efficiency, enhanced comfort, improved indoor air quality, and cost savings. Call Precision Sheet Metal today and find out how AeroSeal can make your home the place to be all year long.
Our customers depend on us for everything. We grow well over 200 different crop varieties, and there's tremendous diversity within our trade territory. We spend a lot of time and work a lot with our customers on enhancing and utilization of the products that John Deere offers. From a technology perspective, we do what we say every single day.
New concern tonight about the safety of vehicle airbags. U.S. federal regulators say 52 million of them pose safety risks. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration wants a recall of airbags made by ARC and Delphi. They say ruptured inflators in the airbags have killed at least 2 people and hurt 7 others since 2009. It's unknown how many vehicles have these airbags, since vehicles often have multiples. The same models are used by many major American and international vehicle manufacturers. In fact, General Motors recalled 1 million vehicles in May because of these airbags. ARC, though, is disputing federal findings, says its airbags are not defective. Federal regulators don't have the authority to issue recalls, but the NHTSA is moving forward with trying to force a recall. A hearing takes place next month. And a recall tonight of 145,000 Kias because of a potential safety hazard. The NHTSA reports an issue with the vehicle's rear-facing camera. The camera mounting clips for certain vehicles can break, and that can alter the display image, potentially resulting in an accident. The recall covers the 2022 to 2023 Kia Sorento, Sorento Hybrid, and Sorento plug-in hybrid models. Kia dealers will inspect and replace the rear-view camera for free. The company will notify impacted owners next month. Now to a dog food recall because of potential salmonella contamination. Mid-America Pet Food has voluntarily recalled 1 lot of its Victor Super Premium Dog Food High Pro Plus. Various retailers across the United States carried that product. Impacted bags have a best buy date of April 30th, 2024. No reports so far of dogs or humans becoming ill, but if you do have this product, you can toss it out in a way that pets and wildlife can't get it. Contact Mid-America Pet Food Consumer Affairs online for more information. And speaking of dogs, this morning we introduced you to a furry friend who's in search of a forever home. Operation Best Friend is next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
And today's photo of the day is a reason to smile. This is Nedra's Water Garden, submitted by Bob Sapinos. Thank you for submitting that, Bob. Reason to Smile is sponsored by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental in Pasco. Now, to have your photo featured, all you need to do is send me a photo to slee@applevalleyNewsNow.com. We'd love to get that on the air.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
We're all here to talk about her.
Hello. We built her so we could get a family plan.
Well, with U.S. Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line.
I guess we don't need that fourth line.
This is awkward.
U.S. Cellular, built for us.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bath Fitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Who is Culligan? Your local water experts since 1936. The world's most efficient water softener. Safer drinking water in every glass. Convenient, reliable delivery. Industry-leading technology. Here for every water worry.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
Hey Tri-Cities, the Mid-Columbia Duck Race is coming September 23rd, and so is your chance to win great prizes while supporting our community. This year's grand prize, the new 2023 Toyota Tacoma from Toyota of Tri-Cities, plus dozens of other great prizes too. See your nearest Rotarian and buy your ducks. Every duck comes with valuable coupons for local savings. Lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep this wonderful community fundraiser going strong. Mid-Columbia Duck Race presented by Toyota of Tri-Cities and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,500 purchase allowance on the 2024 XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
And now, an announcement from America's #1 most watched morning show.
We've got a million good reasons for you to watch GMA this September.
Someone somewhere in America is about to get $1 million live on GMA.
Ah, you see how I did that? A million good reasons?
Our phones keep us constantly connected. But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? To limit screen time, but not quality time. And to give us rhythm instead of algorithms. Introducing Us Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
And welcome back. Well, this summer, Apple Valley News Now started Operation Best Friend, working to connect animals from local shelters with their forever families. And you can catch the segment every Wednesday on Good Morning Northwest.
So this week's best friend was a leggy Chihuahua, they told us, named Chris. Elizabeth Norman said a Good Samaritan rescued Chris and his sister.
This is Chris.
He's a 5-month-old Chihuahua mix. He was found on the street with his sister Christina. He is looking for his forever home. He is a fantastic dog. He's been very friendly with humans. He's great with other dogs, and he's been good with cats. He is currently calling the Pitbull Pen home, and his adoption fee is $450. He will be neutered, fully vaccinated, microchipped, and dewormed.
So the Pitbull Pen is in Benton City, and if you do adopt a pet that's featured on Operation Best Friend, you'll get a $50 gift card to Paws Natural Pet Emporium. Stacey, this dog is so cute, but I don't know who looked at him and got Chihuahua out of that.
But he looks pretty sweet.
So adorable.
Yeah.
All right, definitely check him out. And while we're enjoying these comfortable conditions in eastern Washington, parts of the nation continue to swelter under intense heat. They're coping with hazardous air. Plus, Washington gas prices still higher than many parts of the country. We're going to hear from analysts about the possibility that they might drop. Also, law and order, the big issue impacting police departments across the country. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Hazardous air is once again taking over multiple states, triggered by raging wildfires in Canada. This as record-breaking heat grips the Northeast, with more than 50 million people under heat advisories still. The latest tonight from Gloria Pazmino.
Man, you're not getting me today.
In newly released video, a deputy putting his life on the line, racing through a raging wildfire in Washington state to warn people to flee the path of the deadly flames of a fast-moving fire in August. Right now, across the border in Canada, more than 1,000 active wildfires create a suffocating haze. Officials in Canada's Northwest Territories warning people to be prepared to flee the flames.
Having some food and water in your vehicle.
Thick smoke spewing from the fires, triggering air quality alerts in multiple states. The National Weather Service in Wyoming tweeting, expect smoky skies and reduced visibility at times. This as oppressive heat grips the Northeast.
It's hot as hell.
Lack of air conditioning has students suffering in some schools.
Is it harder to learn when it's that hot?
Yes, it's super hard.
I'm at the point where I'm ready to pull my kids out, at least for a week or so until this gets fixed.
Meanwhile, a new threat is gaining strength in the Atlantic. Lee is expected to rapidly intensify in the next few days into a powerful hurricane. Forecasters say it's too early to tell if the storm will have any impacts on the U.S. mainland. Gloria Pazmino, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, we're not seeing any hurricane conditions here in eastern Washington. Stacey Lee has a look at what you can expect in your first alert forecast.
That's right. It's been a lovely day. We are tracking some breezy winds right now in the Kittitas Valley, Ellensburg area, Toppenish, and the Columbia River Gorge. Lighter winds in the rest of the region. A little breezy tonight in Dayton. Temperature-wise, absolutely beautiful outside. Look at these temps in the 60s, 70s, and 80s this evening. 80 right now in Walla Walla, 85 in the Tri-Cities, 81 in Yakima. That is nice. Now, if you're wondering how what our forecast is looking like, again, forecast today was 87, normal 85. So we've been running just a few degrees below the average, but look, at least we're not at 98 degrees where we have been in the past. 82 is the forecast today, normal 83, so pretty close in Yakima. Again, nowhere near those record highs. We'll see those temperatures start to climb this weekend. Beautiful evening tonight, 68 degrees by 9 in Yakima. Look at these temperatures dropping down to 64 by 9 p.m. and a lovely evening in Walla Walla as well, 64 degrees. More to get to, possible showers coming our direction. I'll get to that in your first alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. We've been talking about rising gas prices. It's not just the fuel, though. We could see the price of cars and trucks go even higher if the United Auto Workers go on strike. Contracts with the big three, General Motors, Stellantis, and Ford, expire next week. The United Auto Workers are calling for a significant raise, a shorter work week without any pay cuts, and bringing back pensions.
Nobody wants to strike because it's inconvenient for the workers, the communities that they work in, and it has repercussions, and it's not good for the consumers because ultimately somebody's going to have to pay for this strike.
Union officials say they're making progress with Ford and General Motors, but they say that Stellantis hasn't given a counteroffer to their demands. And in those gas prices, Washington drivers have surely noticed they remain high right now. AAA says that Washington State's average sits at just over $5. The national average much lower at $3.80. Tri-Cities drivers paying $4.95 on average, while Yakima has a bit more of a break, $4.83. Walla Walla drivers are paying above the state average at $5.10. Now, does the end of the summer travel season mean that we'll see relief at the gas pump? Karen Kafa has a look at some of the problems ahead.
With summer road trips in the rearview mirror, this is typically the time of year when gas prices start to retreat.
Fall is generally a time of year where most motorists will see falling gasoline prices. A lot of that has to do with the fact that now with summer over, demand for gasoline declines, and that should lead to price improvement.
Fall also brings winter gasoline to the pumps, a blend that makes it easier to start cars in cold temperatures that's also cheaper to produce and can send prices 10 to 30 cents lower per gallon. But this September, Patrick DeHaan of Gas Buddy says there are things to watch here at home.
Our hurricane season that is in its prime, certainly a very active one, so we'll have to keep an eye out for any threats. Keeping in mind that much of the nation's refining capacity is in the Texas and Louisiana area of the Gulf. Hurricanes can disrupt the flow of refined products.
And factors abroad, like the pressure on global oil prices as the world's biggest exporters of crude oil extend production cuts to boost their revenues.
Expectations are now that the Saudis and Russians are cutting oil production for the next several months.
The good news, gas prices are still well below their peak in June 2022, when the national average for a gallon of regular gas topped $5 per gallon. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
The country's federal budget deficit is expected to nearly double to $2 trillion for the 2023 fiscal year. That, according to the watchdog group Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. The deficit increase comes amid a drop in tax revenue and an increase in spending on entitlement programs like Social Security, Medicare, along with interest payments. The deficit could complicate talks over federal agency funding by the upcoming fiscal year, which begins October 1st. Congress has until the end of September to pass a spending package or a short-term continuing resolution to keep the federal government operating. Tonight, we are tracking the fourth criminal case against former President Trump. A total of 19 people are facing charges accused of trying to overturn Georgia's results in the 2020 presidential election. Now the question is, will they all go to trial together? And if so, when? ABC's Justin Finch has the latest.
In Atlanta, for the first time, a proceeding related to the Georgia racketeering indictment against former President Donald Trump and 18 other defendants televised live. After hearing arguments from lawyers for former Trump attorneys Kenneth Chesebro and Sidney Powell requesting their cases be severed from each other, and the 17 other defendants accused of conspiring to unlawfully overturn Trump's 2020 election loss in Georgia, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee quickly deciding the two will be tried together.
So I'll deny Mr. Chesebro's motion to sever from Ms. Powell. I'll deny in part Ms. Powell's motion to sever from Mr. Chesebro.
Chesebro and Powell's lawyers making their arguments on why their trials should be separated.
He's never met Ms. Powell. He's never emailed, texted, or called her.
Ms. Powell had nothing to do with most of it.
Judge McAfee asking prosecutors to provide a good faith estimate on how long it would take them to present a case involving 19 co-defendants.
The state's position is that whether we have one trial or 19 trials, the evidence is exactly the same.
Powell, Chesebro, and Trump are among at least 6 co-defendants seeking to sever their cases. Both Powell and Chesebro also filing speedy trial requests, with Judge McAfee setting an October 23rd trial date for Chesebro. Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis filed a motion appealing for a joint trial for all 19 co-defendants on that October date. Today's pretrial hearing happening the same day all 19 co-defendants were set for arraignment. All pleaded not guilty and waived their rights to appear in person. Trump has long denied any wrongdoing and says the charges are politically motivated. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Tonight, we're seeing more and more police departments shutting down. The Associated Press reports within the past 2 years, at least a dozen small towns have just dissolved their police departments. These are places like the town of Republic in eastern Washington, which opted to close its police department in 2020 and rely on Ferry County for law enforcement instead. At the time, you might remember the department had only one officer, Lauren Culp, who was in the midst of a gubernatorial campaign that required him to spend a lot of time away from the town of Republic. But the Associated Press reports a small community in Minnesota just lost its police department within the past few days. Officials in Goodhue, which is about an hour outside Minneapolis, say they had struggled for years to hire officers because they simply couldn't pay enough to draw people in. The Goodhue County Sheriff's Office was able to step in and help, but says this problem is getting worse.
It's scary because we are not replacing those people. We are, like I told you, we are robbing Peter to pay Paul, and we're not alone. We had an intern, and he is in a class of 13 at Rochester Technical College. 13. There used to be 40 to 50 kids going to school for that. Now I know for a fact, it's just in our southeast district, there's more than 13 openings.
The Police Executive Research Forum says officers are resigning or retiring at a tremendous rate, and they say fewer people are applying to join law enforcement. We have a follow-up tonight. The high school assistant football coach who went all the way to the Supreme Court to get his job back and to continue his public prayers on the field has now resigned. The Kitsap Sun reports Joe Kennedy sent a resignation letter to the Bremerton School District. He got his job back after a 7-year legal battle, but attended just one game as assistant coach before offering that resignation. They recently released a cup of noodles that aims to capture the tastes of breakfast. Now that same company wants to capture gamers' attention with 2 new noodle products. We're talking about that. Plus, we're enjoying a sunny stretch of September in Mid-Columbia. Stacey Lee has a look at a warm-up on the way ahead in your First Alert forecast. And the natural threat facing U.S. theme parks, costing them money and visitors. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion, or bacon, or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
What is a leader? Someone who has backbone, resilience, determination to put a stake in the ground and get their hands a little dirty. Arrow Construction Supply has been the Northwest's leading provider of asphalt, concrete, and erosion control industries. From homeowner do-it-yourself to large commercial projects, we have everything for sale or rent to get the job done. Your locally owned and operated Arrow Construction Supply, leading the way and hitting our mark for 30 years.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
Thank you for getting groceries, Mika.
Of course. Happy to help. Will Medicare cover any of these bills?
I thought it would, but it doesn't.
We'll get through this. I will always be here for you.
I know. But what about you? I don't ever want you to be in this situation.
Don't worry, Dad. With WA Cares, I'm earning long-term care benefits with each paycheck. That money will be there when I need it.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives, coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. Order right now to get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. We'll even ship them to you free. Get your own NutriBlade knives, the last knives you'll ever buy.
Hey fans, it's Eric the Peanut Guy from your Tri-City Dust Devils. It's been a fun-filled season of Dust Devils baseball, and we hope you'll join us this week as we send the team off with a bang. We're lighting up the Pasco night sky on Saturday, September 9th with our dazzling post-game fireworks presented by Toyota of Tri-Cities. Then come back on Sunday for our 2023 season finale and even more fireworks thanks to CO Energy. For tickets, visit DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It'll blow you away.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back. A new poll illustrates the growing concern about climate change. According to the USA Today Ipsos poll, 1/5 of Americans, about 20%, believe climate change will make it more difficult to live where they do right now. Now, for those of us living in the West, 30% of respondents shared those concerns. The West Coast and Washington State has grappled with extreme summer heat, smoke, and wildfires this summer. And the poll result falls to just 13% in the Midwest, which has experienced fewer extreme weather events this year. In general, the poll found nearly 40% of those asked say climate change has had a negative impact on their everyday lives. It also found that 20% of respondents don't know if they believe climate change is actually taking place. In fact, extreme weather events like those we've seen this summer have had a major negative impact on the country's largest theme parks. The Northeast experienced deadly flooding while record-breaking heat broiled the Southwest and wildfires burned in Canada. Extreme heat impacted Universal Orlando and Walt Disney World. Cedar Fair in Canada said wildfires and extreme heat reduced park visits by 300,000 during its latest quarter, and SeaWorld had a 2% drop in visits compared with the same time last year. Theme parks are building more indoor rides and attractions, and they're altering their ticket policies to deal with extreme weather occurrences.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, it's been a lovely day. We're going to start off with our satellite and radar. We did have some clouds. We actually had some rain moving through the northern portion of the state just above Spokane and moved into the Panhandle. Tonight, though, we see clear skies out there with our satellite and radar combined. Not looking too bad. Any activity has now moved off to the east. However, we are tracking maybe a potential little bit of thunder and lightning headed our way as we head through tomorrow in our future cast. Let's take a look at that. Again, we've got clear skies moving into the day, and then we see this start to pop up tomorrow evening. Again, we could see some scattered thunderstorms passing through eastern Oregon, the Pendleton area, foothills of the Blues, mainly impacting the Blue Mountains or possibly Walla Walla. There is a little blob right by the Tri-Cities, so we'll keep an eye on that as we get a little bit closer, but that is a potential 10 to 20% chance of that coming through the area, moving on quickly out of the area. But we could see a little thunder and lightning out of that system if it does indeed pan out tomorrow evening. Things are looking beautiful tonight, however, if you're out at the game or we're lucky enough to head to a Dust Devil game tonight. 85 degrees right now at the stadium. 7:26 is your sunset. Winds are light at 6 miles per hour. So gorgeous night for a little bit of baseball. And our futurecast winds, that's what we're also tracking tonight. We've been seeing breezy and gusty winds through those mountain gaps in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, starting to kind of calm down in Ellensburg, but picking up here in the Yakima Valley. Tri-Cities, again, we're going to start to see some winds picking up a little bit later on. As we get into Thursday evening, we'll see those gusty winds again along the I-84 corridor, once again through those mountain gaps in the Cascade area and through the Columbia River Gorge. Getting into our Friday, breezy to gusty winds, Tri-Cities, foothills of the Blues, Dayton. We'll see some early morning winds. Those will start to recede as the day goes on, looking much better as we get into your Friday evening. Mostly clear and calm tonight through most of our area. Again, a little breezy in Yakima. Temperatures on the cool side in the 40s for Cle Elum, Ellensburg, and Sunnyside. 50 tonight in Yakima. Columbia Basin area, 49 tonight in Prosser, 53 in Hermiston, 52 Tri-Cities, and a cool 49 in Connell. Here's what it looks like tonight in the foothills of the Blues. Beautiful evening. Again, cool side, 54 for Walla Walla and Milton Freewater. Temperatures tomorrow very similar to today. Will be in the 80s all around the area. Ellensburg topping out at 77, 80 in Yakima, Prosser, 82 Tri-Cities, 80 in Dayton, 81 for Walla Walla. Let's plan your day tomorrow. Again, check this out. A little bit cool out the door in the morning. Grab a light jacket, peel it off at lunchtime, and enjoy a beautiful sunny afternoon. And then those temperatures warm up into the 80s a little bit later in the day. Here's that short-term forecast going towards the weekend. Get ready for the heat up. Again, a brief one Saturday, a little taste of summer there before it's all over with. Moving into the Columbia Basin, close to 90 degrees on Saturday. And in Walla Walla, we'll see those temperatures again just under 90 degrees. So overall, it's going to be a very nice week and weekend ahead. Probably that last little hoorah of summer. I'll give you your 7-day planning forecast here in just a few minutes. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. If you've got a gamer in your life, you're probably familiar with cup noodles, but there's a new ingredient being offered that parents need to know about before you head to the grocery store. We're talking about that next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located. And now, Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95 and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall. Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
There's no other name but the name.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'ma get it started from the
God has a plan for this generation.
I done gave my life to Christ and I departed from the church.
We are excited to see the youth of this valley come to know Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And on September 9th at 6:30 p.m., we are renting out the convention center so that we can reach the kids of this valley.
My life to Christ and I departed from the church.
We are spilling the E.T.
Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, what you never knew about the daytime duo.
Tell me now, here on E.T.
Next E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
We'll call it video gaming fuel. The maker of cup noodles wants to attract the attention of video game fans. Nissin Foods has released 2 types of caffeinated noodles. These are marketed towards gamers. They have 2 flavors, curry and garlic and black pepper yakisoba. Now, Nissin Foods says the noodles will be available September 18th. They cost about $2 a piece, but for now, they're only available in Japan. All right, here in the U.S., check this out. Pumpkin is everywhere this time of year, including at Wendy's now. They are rolling out a new pumpkin-flavored Frosty next Tuesday. This is the 6th limited edition seasonal flavor that Wendy's has tried out so far. And if a Frosty isn't quite your speed, you'll also be able to get the same flavor as a cold brew coffee. And you might need some cold brew because it is getting warm as we head towards the weekend. We'll have a final look at your forecast when we come back.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We'll remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
The Labor Day mattress savings have been extended this week at Walker's.
And that means some of the biggest discounts of the year on all your favorite brands like Purple, Serta iComfort, and Beautyrest mattress sets.
Plus, special 5 years no interest financing with no money down was brought in, as well as an additional $100 gift card with select sets sold and free local delivery.
Making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less.
During the final week of savings at Walker's.
Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye, Alice.
I'm stuck.
Not funny anymore.
Yes, it is. Wait, guys. The Mesozoic times are boring and have 0 rad attractions. Triple play is fun. I want to stay here.
Of course you can stay. Oh, fantastic. We won't regret this.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She's on the logo already. Marketers are the worst.
Follow the allure of mystical money at Legends Casino Hotel, where we're giving away $30,000 every Thursday in September. Magically earn entries by using your Legends rewards card when playing your favorite slot machines, and you could be destined to win $3,000, $8,000, or $10,000 every Thursday in September. It doesn't take winged sandals to get here. Just get here for $120,000 in mystical money, only at Legends Casino Hotel.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest. Sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Welcome back. We're taking a final look at the weather. And Stacey, I was out at that big fire at Bateman Island today. I know it's cooler, but sitting out there under the sun, it kind of felt like being under a microscope. It felt warm.
The warmth is definitely there, but this weather right now is my jam. I love temperatures in the 80s. It's perfect. Now, a little on the hot side this weekend, but certainly if you're out in the direct sunshine, it is warm out there. Look at those temperatures, though. 80s, it's beautiful, and we cool right back down into those lower 80s next week, so very nice. And the nice thing is we do get recovery overnight with those lower temperatures overnight, so that's good news. Here's what Tri-Cities is looking like for the next 7 days. Again, gradually warming up, getting to the weekend again, a bit on the hot side. Saturday, Sunday, close to 90 degrees. I would say a lot of people probably wanting to get those boats out in the river for at least one more time. And in Walla Walla, again, a gorgeous weekend there as well. A little on the warm side. Just have a nice glass of rosé. You'll be fine. And then those temperatures lower back to the low 80s again next week. So,
all right. So even with the cooler temperatures overnight, though, please be careful with the campfires. Yes. We saw that today. Yes. A fire starts like nothing.
That's right.
So thanks, Stacey. Thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. We're back at 11.